My name's Lawrence. My business is called Acrrui, and I am the CEO. I was working at Amazon, and while I was there, my mom, she's an accountant, and she told me about some of the problems she was facing in accounting. And basically what she does as a corporate accountant at a hospital is like the same as what she was doing like 10 years ago. Like technology hasn't changed it, and a lot of it is doing this work in Excel, like creating journal entries and moving a lot of numbers around, and that takes up a lot of her time. So I wanted to kind of help with that, and that kind of led to everything that I'm working on now. So
Mhm. That's really cool.
yeah.
And could you describe the value proposition of your company? Like what problem are you solving and how did you approach it and what was the solution?
Yeah, so the problem is with corporate accountants that doing a lot of work in Excel, like creating journal entries, doing accruals and reconciliations. There are like various accounting processes that kind of vary by company. And yeah, they take up a lot of time. And it's not really possible just to create like macros to solve these problems because like there's often like different, edge cases and stuff that differ like every day. And, so essentially the value proposition is that we can use an AI agent that can do a lot of these accounting workflows in Excel. Um, and yeah, and just give it like kind of a prompt of what you want to be done, and it can kind of do that in a custom way. So
Mm,
yeah.
I see. Like how do you stand out from your competitors?
Yeah. So there's a lot of players in the accounting market right now. There's you know, kind of big players building their own ERP, and the ERP is kind of the core accounting software where the financial transactions are all kept in the ERP, and so they're like pretty big. A lot of the founders are accountants, and it's really hard to get companies to transition to a new ERP. Instead of like building an ERP, we want to go to Excel because every company uses Excel. Like this is what we've kind of seen that so many companies is just Excel, and it's a universal format. So if we can build something useful for accountants in Excel, like every accountant, every company can use it. We don't have to get them to transition to a new ERP. And it doesn't matter what other software they use. So I think it's a really great format. And yeah, I don't think any other company is building kind of this tool for accountants in Excel right now. There's some
Mm,
accounting agent or sorry, Excel agents, like Index, and Numeral, I think. They're for like general finance use cases, but they're not tailored for accounting. And so we're building specifically for accounting use cases. And yeah, we want to do that very well. So
mm, got it.
yeah.
And what is your business model and go-to-market strategy? Like how are you currently reaching out to your users or customers?
So at this point, we essentially got a contract with a customer. And so basically, we kind of just showed them a demo of what we built, and they're interested. And so, we signed a contract. We're going to build it out more for their use case, like a custom implementation. And so there's that. And for go-to-market, my brother, who's the co-founder, has been helping a lot. So he has been really using his Dartmouth network a lot. So basically, he pitched this idea at a pitch competition at Dartmouth that he won. He got $1,000 from that, and he uses like the alumni portal, and he can reach out to like CFOs and like kind of accounting managers. So we've gotten in touch with a lot of those, and so we have like around 4 design partners right now at least. And I think a lot of those have been from through the Dartmouth alumni network.
What do you consider to be like the top one to two top factors that made you like company succeed? Or like based on your experience so far, what do you think are the like one to two biggest factors that will help your startup succeed?
Yeah, so I think it's just for me, it's just the problem solving because when I like face an obstacle, it's like, at first I didn't know any accountants, and like, how are you going to get to the accountants? Like, there's so many ways, but it seems like there's like, there's no way, but there is. You just have to go and like talk to them. You have to like, you have to overcome like, your fears. And, so in this case, we used the alumni network. We also tried doing like a lot of cold calls. Um, and yeah, like there's always a way around it. So having that like mindset and like problem solving ability, like you'll accomplish anything, I think. So
Mm.
yeah,
That's a really good takeaway.
yeah,
And what have been some key challenges so far? I guess you kind of briefly mentioned that already, but could you like elaborate on like how you overcome them?
yeah. So I didn't really know any accountants at first. And my mom's an accountant, and that was kind of inspiration. But she's like not like a decision maker at her company. Like I couldn't get through to her for the first customer. And I tried cold calling. That wasn't as good for me. I had a friend who was like, I definitely wanted him to do some more cold calls. He was like more of um, a charismatic type. So we tried that. My friend wasn't really as super interested in it. We weren't able to get like the volume that we wanted for cold calls, and it was like a little bit difficult. So you know, when like honestly, it just like happened. With my brother, like I didn't expect my brother to get into this, but he did.
Mm.
He wanted to do this pitch competition, and then he just wanted to do it more, and he wanted to like use his alumni network, and um, so it just worked out kind of. Um, yeah, just yeah.
Yeah,
So we're in contact with a lot of accountants now. So yeah.
that's good. And one last question. What is the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur
Mm,
for you?
it's definitely the emotional aspect because I think startups, I think you hear that they fail a lot. Um, and a lot of the time, when you're doing a startup, like you're, founding a startup, it's not like you have a fancy title on your resume. Like, I don't think it's fancy, You're not like working at a big tech company. Like all my friends are working at big tech companies, right? And it's like, that's the title. Like it seems like they're making progress right now, linearly. But for a startup, it's like, it doesn't seem like you're making progress for many years or something like that, like Figma, right? I think they, were in stealth for like 3 years or something. They didn't have anything to show. Like when they tell their parents, like I'm in stealth. Like what do they have? So yeah, that's the thing. Like where it doesn't seem like it, but you're learning so much, and that's but you really are. Like you gotta believe it, and so yeah.